Hey now! What is up, everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka Review King MB, and this is it! It's over! Finally, the DCEU is over. I know some people hear that and say, what? What the fuck is that? I know. Either because you don't give a shit about DC movies or superhero movies. Maybe you're just burnt out. And believe me, I get it. I do. But this is the last DCEU film. They plan on rebooting the entire universe and recasting almost everybody. So, did they go out in the best shape? Did they do justice to what was left? The remnants of the Snyderverse? Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom is a 2023 film that was directed by James Wan. And this hurts me to say this about a James Wan directed movie because usually I'm a big supporter, a big defender of James Wan films. And I'm not gonna say that this is the worst steaming, stinking pile of dog shit ever. I'm not going to say, man, this really sucks. But it does not help my argument by trying to say that superhero movies can still be good or still offer something fresh and new. This is just more of the same shit. It is. It's more of the same stuff, more of the same generic stuff. And generic is a word that I'm probably going to say quite a bit throughout this review. Jason Momoa as Aquaman Arthur Curry. I think Jason Momoa is a lot of fun. He has charisma. Just the casting of Jason Momoa in general has made Aquaman more badass and more likable than he probably even has a right to be. So I can give some points there, but I don't think his charisma is enough to save this movie or make me say that it's worthwhile. Yahya Abdul-Mateen II. My God. This is a great actor. This is an actor that whenever I see him show up in something, I go, all right, cool. We're going to get something very good here. And this is the worst part of the movie is his role. He was in the first film and he was the villain Black Manta. And people might think Black Manta looks goofy with the helmet and the bug red eyes. But I always thought Black Manta looked cool from the comics, and so I appreciate that they made him look comics accurate. But his motivations, his villain plot is some of the lamest, generic, dumbest stuff that they could have done. It sucks. It's just the explanation for why he's stronger and why he's more evil and why he's pretty much not even the same character in a lot of ways than he was last time around. It's just, they muddied the waters. They threw in this extra convolutedness that just, it bored me half to tears anytime this character was on screen. And that's a shame because this actor did not deserve that. Patrick Wilson is back as Ocean Master. And if you're wondering, well, hey, wasn't he the villain in the last movie? Yes. Wasn't he imprisoned at the end of the last movie? Yes. And it's explained how he's back. You see some brother dynamics between him and Aquaman, which can be amusing, but it still feels like we've been there, done that. Nicole Kidman's here, so that's always nice. Amber Heard. I will say, the character of Mira was done dirty. And I know some people might not like hearing me say that because they don't like Amber Heard or they just have their opinions on her and they wish that she was recast. The thing is, she wasn't recast. They kept her in this movie and they still did what they did with Amber Heard. And I'm not defending her or saying anything about Amber Heard as a person. I'm more talking about the character of Mira and how much I liked the character of Mira from the last Aquaman and from what we saw of her in Justice League. And she was done such a disservice with how little she does, how almost no dialogue, barely any dialogue she has in this movie. Anytime she shows up for action scenes, it's so awkward because you can tell they cut as much of her lines as they probably... And like, I get it. It's just weird, and it's glaring, and it's noticeable. Speaking of glaring and noticeable, it feels like the underwater CGI effect of them talking underwater got even worse, which is shocking. At this point, we've seen this effect done, and even in other movies like Avatar 2 and Black Panther Wakanda Forever with Namor. Like, we can do that underwater talking effect, and it looks great. But it's just, there's this uncanny valley when you see these humanoid faces talking underwater and their CGI hair flowing, and it just, it looks bad. It does. For however much this movie costs, there's other action scenes that maybe the effects look decent, and there's other action scenes that other people might find more thrilling and better than I did. But I was very, very bored. I'm not saying this is the worst DC movie because they've done some bad stuff before, but it's nowhere near being the best. It's nowhere near thrilling. I'm not going to say that this is going to bomb, but the first movie made over $1 billion, so who knows? I don't want to sound like an idiot, but this is not the way that I would have liked the DCEU to go out. This was rough. This was rough. If I wasn't going to review it, I probably would not have gone to the theaters. I even saw an IMAX 3D, and it didn't feel special seeing it like that, which is crazy to say. I'm going to give this a Netflix and chill.
Oh, yeah.
And you never want to say that about a big budget, blockbuster-like movie that is supposed to be seen on the big screen, that is supposed to be seen in the highest definition. It's just, you can just have it on in the background. You don't even have to pay all that much attention to it. Anyways, guys, let me know in the comments below, not only if you saw Aquaman 2, what did you think of it? Did you like it? Did you dislike it? But what do you think of the DCEU being done forever? Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later.